I want to talk about two specific pitfalls that get us when we're on break. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Andrea Christian Parks, and welcome to my channel. This is week number 4. It's the last week of the year, y'all. Can you believe it? I'm just, whew, amazing. A whole nother year gone. You know, when I was little, it seemed like time just moved so slow. Not so much anymore, right? But it's good. It's good. There have been a lot of things this year. I'm sure you can think of plenty of them, good and bad. So we've survived another year, and we're about to start on a whole new one coming up. So I wanted to talk because most of us right now are in the middle of, especially if we have kids, we're in the middle of Christmas break. Now, the thing about Christmas break is, and you might not be on break. You might still be working every day, and you've got the kids doing whatever they're doing, and you know, they're kicking it while you're hustling, quite possibly. Or you might be away visiting family for the week. You might be traveling, sleeping in someone's guest room. You might be on a vacation, all of that. I want to talk about two specific pitfalls that get us when we're on break, okay? But first, please, if you haven't already, subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and hit your notifications so you don't miss anything, okay? All right, so what are the two major pitfalls? Like I said, I promised y'all I would make these videos short this month, but there are many pitfalls, but there are two big ones that come up. Number one, the first pitfall is eating because everybody else is eating. So all of a sudden, everybody's at home, everybody's together, or you're in a big family setting, or you are on the road and somebody or the kids are hungry. And so because everybody else is stopping to eat, or you have to prepare a meal, or go in the kitchen and pull a bunch of stuff out and let them create their own meal, or whatever it is, you're involved somehow in a meal that you might not necessarily really be hungry for. That is something that you want to think about very carefully. What will I do when it's time to eat and I'm not hungry? Like, time to eat. Time to eat is subjective because everybody's body needs food at different times. The whole construct of breakfast, lunch, dinner is a very odd concept that does not necessarily one size fits all. It doesn't fit people at different stages of their lives. You've seen people as they get older eat at different times of day, not eat 3 meals a day, especially as they get more elderly. Our bodies change with time. We can see it in some of those extremes, but we miss it sometimes when it comes to ourselves. So what do we do when it's breakfast time and we're not hungry? You know what? We just got up. We ate a big dinner last night. We're not really hungry. We don't really care that much about breakfast food, and we don't really want to do it, but this is what everybody's doing. So you got to make a plan. I know I talk a lot about plans, but the reason why a plan is important is because it helps you in the moment to use the best part of your brain to get what you want. If you leave it up to chance, if you leave it up to the quick decision-making in the moment brain, you will not get the best results because that part of the brain doesn't think about, well, next week I want the scale to go down, next month the scale to go down, next year I want to be in a different size, jeans, or it doesn't care anything about that. It's just right now, what's in front of me. Oh, well, what's in front of me is a full breakfast. That looks like a good idea. Let's eat that. Doesn't matter to that part of your brain that you're really not hungry. So you might decide, well, I don't want to miss the opportunity of sitting down with the family and listen to the conversation and laughing and talking and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a cup of coffee with everybody because I want to be together, because that's what I really care about. I really care about being around everybody. You might decide, you know what? Nobody's going to miss me, and this is a rare opportunity for me to be alone out of all the chaos. You might go for a walk if it's nice weather. You might go hide and read that magazine you've been trying to get to, but you can't because you've been so busy cooking and shepherding people around. You might do that. Okay. Decide what you're going to do, and then when it comes up, implement. Okay. Number 2. How do you stay on plan when you're feeding everybody else? It's a slightly different problem. You have other people with needs that need to be met as far as food is concerned. It's not the same as your needs for food. So what do you do when you're juggling different schedules? Or even different kinds of food? Maybe you're making, mac and cheese for the little ones, but that's like not what you would eat. So this is another planning situation. You want to think out in advance. What are the unique challenges I'm going to face while we're in a different house, or while we're on a different schedule, or while we are traveling, or whatever it is? All those iterations, what might come up and challenge me? Now I have my plan, I want to stay on it, but then I got these other people and their needs, and that could mess me up. How could it mess me up? And then once you have the question, how can it mess me up, and you write an answer, the next step is, what am I going to do about it? Because here's what we do. Sometimes we think there might be a problem, and then we don't figure out what the problem is specifically. Sometimes we don't even think there will be a problem. We just think, oh, it'll be fine. We'll be on vacation. I can do whatever I want. Forgetting that last year there were challenges, and the year before there were other challenges, and you got into a weird schedule and did not get what you wanted as far as your eating was concerned. So why would this year be any different? Well, it won't. So you start with what could be a challenge, and then answer the question. And then once you take that problem, then you figure out, well, what's the solution? The reason why I'm not being particularly specific is because everyone's challenge is different. I'll tell you one real quick for me. So when we are here, and this is not even a vacation one, it's just a Saturday one. My son every Saturday likes to make big breakfast. He makes some vegan sausage, hash browns if I can find them. He makes waffles, nothing exciting, toaster waffles, but he makes this big old breakfast. And every Saturday, the question for a while was, well, it smells so good, I want some, but you know what? I'm not hungry. Took me a little while to think about it, but the answer was, I can eat that later. Like when I'm hungry for lunch, I can have breakfast. If I want to sit down with them, I do. Most of the time, I'm just grateful that they are doing something, feeding themselves. I can go do something else. It's really, really nice. I like quiet. So that works for me. But those are my solutions. I eat that food later. I either enjoy the company, or I go have some quiet time by myself. It's an opportunity. And I've had to learn to think about it that way. But I had to sort it out because that's what happens in my house. So what's going to happen for you? You can consider it, figure all that out, and then make your plan. And that will save you a lot of heartache. And then when we get into this new year coming up, you are going to be well equipped to get started on whatever plan you're going to implement in 2023. All right. I'm so glad you were here. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being with me for 2022. I can't wait to see you in 2023. I got some exciting stuff coming. The Weight Loss for Black Professionals course is coming back out again. Watch for the webinar because it is coming so that you can get that extra help and so that maybe we can work together. I'm looking forward to it. And if you haven't signed up already for one of the courses, go get them before they're gone, because Weight Loss for the Holidays is going to disappear. It's not going to be available again probably until next year. And if you wanted some of that content to have in your back pocket, to own and to be yours, now's the time to get it. So go to www.drandreachristianparks.com and get those courses before they go away. All right, I will see you in the new year. Bye, everybody.